Hey, it's Selina.
And it's Taku.
And this is the best of the MAFS villains.
Now, come on now. First up now, we're going to be looking at our interview with Alyssa. And let me tell you right now, we spoke to her in her first Aussie podcast interview. Yes. She didn't do nothing before that.
All right.
So that was dope.
Exclusive.
And you know what she says? I've got a child. I've got a child.
I've got a child.
All right, man. Anyway,
I need attention.
All right, man. Let's get into this clip. So now, where in your journey with Duncan did you feel like things really start to go wrong?
I feel like in the very beginning, I feel like he was too good to be true. He was saying and doing all the right things. Like, it just sounded really, I don't want to say scripted, but it did sound scripted. Like, I would ask him a question and he would come off with like this, very, like he was reading it out of like a manual or something. And I was like, that's the right thing to say, but I didn't feel like there was meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way. I don't want it to ever come off in a negative way, but it was just like, why are you so perfect? You know
I heard that there was a rumor that he had a nickname with the cast, that he was the politician.
Yeah,
is that true?
That is true.
Oh.
He's very careful with his words.
Yeah.
He's great at it. Like, he would be a really great politician because of the way that he speaks. There's, there's rumors and stuff that there was like media training. I think he spoke about that on Ollie's podcast. Or Ollie spoke about it rather, and I can definitely see that because he is very well put together with how he answers. I wouldn't say they're red flags. My mom's red flag for him was that he had never been married and he didn't have any children, because it's very hard to understand what a person is going through, going through a divorce and having a young child, and what that actually brings to a relationship. If you haven't experienced that, it's really difficult to understand.
And to relate and empathize.
Relate, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think the biggest turning point was at retreat. So if we're going to talk about retreat,
I need attention.
Let's get into it.
The I need attention. It was hectic. So I want to preface by, when Duncan and I were getting ready for retreat, producers were like, okay, so what's going to be the vibe? I hate when people ask that now. Like, what's the vibe? Like, can you please never ask me how I'm feeling and never ask me what the vibe is for like at least a year, because I could not handle it. And for me, I was like, oh, well, it'll definitely be like boys club and then the girls club, because whenever there's a dinner party, the boys always like congregate and they're always like, boys. Yeah, exactly. Literally that. And I was fine with that because, it's always the guys all got along really well, which was great. And he's like, and again, this was not aired. He's like, well, if I'm going to a retreat with a couple and it's a couple's retreat, I'd want to spend time with my partner. I was like, oh, that's really nice. That's great. So that kind of set the expectation of we'll be together and we'll be doing stuff together. And, of course, we're going to be with all of our friends. So it was really exciting because you're not meant to, I think a lot of viewers don't actually know that you're not meant to talk to other couples during the experiment. You're not meant to speak to them. You're not meant to hang out with them, anything. And I get that from a production point of view, because a lot of stuff happened off camera on our season, and production were like, how are we going to explain this to the viewers? So I got that. So going into retreat, that first night was lots of fun. We had like that big fireside chat. I don't know actually too much what was shown, but like Bronte and Melinda kind of had a blowout, and Bronte like walked away, and it was just hectic, right? And then the next morning, Duncan and I woke up. We played like a bit of bocce ball. I'm really competitive. Like, I'm super competitive when it comes to games. And he kept like cheating, and so I was like, Duncan, like, stop taking your foot out. Like, I was just like, I was trying to rule a bocce ball game, right? I'm Italian. I feel like I can do that. And so played a bit of games in the morning, and then he was missing. And like, I was like, what the heck? Like, where did Duncan go? Could not see him, could not find him anywhere.
What, halfway through the game?
Oh, I don't know. This was probably like a few hours later.
Okay.
So we'd played a little bit before, and then he was just kind of gone. Like, I think just before lunch. And Bronte and I even like went for a little walk, and she was like, where's Harrison? Where's Duncan? Like, where are all the boys? Like, we couldn't find them anywhere. And then lunch came around. I sat down at the lunch table. He came in. Didn't even say hello, nothing. Like, went and got lunch and then came and sat by me. He's like, what are you eating? And I was like, oh, hi. Like, nice to see you. Like, do you want to give me like a kiss?
Yeah.
It's been. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just acknowledge me.
Exactly. Even like a gesture of the hand on the shoulder.
Anything.
Forehead kisses, always welcome.
Very not like Duncan. Forehead kisses. But that was not like Duncan, because Duncan is very affectionate.
Yeah.
And I'm not an affectionate person, but I was super affectionate with him. But
Yep.
always continuously like checking in on each other. How you going? How you feeling? And it was just very unusual. And I was like, have I done something wrong? Like,
Yep.
what did I do?
Something happened that trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Come on now.
I don't
You know
know.
some.
No, but I don't know if anything happened. And so that night was girls' night. And so when production came over and I was like, okay, yep, girls' night, boys' night, you girls like go and like run through all the boys and be like, yeah, girls' night, and then go get ready. We had like half an hour to get ready.
Right.
And so we like went through and we're like, yeah. And then Duncan like pulled me aside and he's like, we need to talk. I was like, okay, I have to go get ready. Like, and he's like, why are you being so cold to me? And I was like, huh? Like, I'm not. Like, you didn't say hi. It was very tit for tat.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it started, like the very much tit for tat. And then when we had the conversation upstairs when I was getting ready, what the viewers see, and I get this, and I just want to, if you are a viewer and you have watched my story, let's just pretend that I am your best friend, or I am your sister, or I am your cousin, or I am somebody that is very close to you that is going through a relationship. And just, I know that you're going to say, yes, but you said this. And yes, but we saw you act like this. And yes, we saw this. What I'm trying to bring is context to why I was reacting like that.
Yep.
Because if you are in a relationship, and no relationship is perfect, imagine if somebody aired only the bad bits that you had said in that relationship.
Yep.
Nothing good, because Duncan and I had a lot of good in our relationship, and nothing that Duncan ever did, quote unquote, bad, right? So they were only showing my reactions to what seemed like massive overreactions to what, and people are like, she's crazy.
Yeah.
So Duncan and I were chatting at retreat, and he was like, what's going on? And I was like, well, I just feel like, you know, you kind of set the expectation of we were going to be together, and then we weren't. And he's like, well, we played with each other for, you know, oh, that sounded really bad.
We're playing bocce
We played games. We played bocce ball, and we played with like the whistler ball, and then, you know, for 3 hours in the morning, and then, you know, it was very much, he's very logical, and I get that.
Yeah.
I'm very emotional, so I feel like we really butt heads when it came to big conversations like this. And usually our communication had been really good, and I could sit him down and be like, this is how I'm feeling, and he would unpack that. We would unpack that together, and I had never had that before, so our communication was always really on point.
Yeah.
And this time around, it was very much like tit for tat. And he had also told me at dinner a few nights before that, you know, one of his past partners would get a little bit jealous and upset. And that's one of the reasons he broke up with her, is that on the weekend he would be out with the boys, and then she would get upset that she was never invited. And I was like, well, I kind of get that. Like, if in a normal world you work a 9 to 5 and you only have the weekend to hang out with your partner, you'd expect that you'd be hanging out with your partner. And then you're like, oh, what are we doing this weekend? And he would say, I'm with the boys. So that was already like, now I can see this. Now I can see how she was feeling, because, you know, he set the expectation of we would be together, and then I get there and he's gone. So it was very much a tit for tat conversation, but all you see is me going after him, right? And him just like sitting there nodding his head. It was not like that at all. So when I went back to the girls' night and I was telling them, like, this is how it happened, that's how it actually happened. Tawny was in the other room as well, and she heard everything. So on her podcast, she is going to come out and be like, that's exactly how the conversation happened. So it was really hard to watch that back, and I was like, why aren't they showing what he was saying to me? Like, why are they only just showing me say, I need attention? Because the conversation went, I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to say? I need attention. Give me attention. And then they cut it like that. So for me, I just wasn't feeling like a priority. And I had already had that insecurity that kind of stemmed up from his past relationships that he told me about. I was like, I can see this now. So I just wanted to feel like I was there, or, you know, he was thinking about me, even if he was with the boys. Like, just come say hello and come check in. Like, Cam and Lyndall, who had a lot of big issues in the beginning, where Cam was never affectionate, and he didn't know how to navigate a relationship, right? He'd never been in a relationship before. He constantly would come over to Lyndall and be like, hey babe, how you going? Give her a kiss and walk away.
Exactly.
And I didn't get any of that from the most affectionate man.
Yeah, for me, I know that the show taught me that I've got like an anxious attachment style.
Yes.
And he, like, sounds like from what you're telling me that Duncan has an avoidant attachment style.
Yes.
But what happened you know, you guys were really good at communicating your wants and needs, and then it felt like at the retreat something had happened.
Something changed.
And you can feel energy. You can
Yes.
feel that, right?
Yeah.
So,
But look, listen, I think like this is where, you know, that whole, you know, two-handed circle thing comes back in. You know what I mean? Because that was actually an opportunity for you guys to actually lay a foundation
yes.
for a good relationship, and he kind of missed that window of opportunity.
Yep.
So in your mind now, you're in defense mode, you know,
Yes.
because it's like
Yep.
you're not making, you know, like he's not making you feel any type of, you know,
seen,
secure.
safe and heard,
You know what I'm saying?
secure.
Correct.
So it's like, you know, that was kind of like my issue, because I was like, I know that there's something missing here. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so don't worry, girl, you went on your own. We could definitely see.
Yeah.
Thank
you. You know
You
what
know,
I'm saying? So-
you know when
Yeah.
something's wrong in your gut and in your
Yeah,
heart, right?
and it's just like watching it back. It's like, how can people see this and see that as like the truth? Like, I would not be reacting. I am a little bit crazy. Let's be honest.
We all
We
are.
all are, yeah. We got a little spice in us. We got some kick.
But like, I wouldn't be reacting in such an extreme way
Yeah.
if there wasn't a reason and nobody saw the reasons as to why I was reacting that way.
Yeah. Now here's a clip of when we spoke to Carolina.
Come on now. She was a season 9 villain.
Yes, she was on
And
my season.
Come on now. Share some tea.
She was a part of the infamous cheating scandal where she was married to Dion and then went with Daniel.
And then after that, said a little something about Duncan as well too. So let's have a look.
Let's go.
So,
9.
here we go. Have you hooked up with anyone from the current season of MAFS?
Oh,
Oh,
Ah, look at that smile.
I have, yes.
oh. Who's this?
Oh fuck. It was to be honest, was a drunken night out, and it was like a couple kisses, not really like much, but yeah.
Who's it?
It was Duncan.
Duncan James.
Yeah, I know. We both denied it back, but well, actually, he denied it, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go with that. Like, maybe he's probably just off the show. He's probably like, you know, going through what I did, so I don't want to put him on the spot.
Where were you guys?
Oh, we were in the gay club in Oxford Street.
Oh, he seems
Yeah.
to like those a lot,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah, he
he?
does,
Isn't
yeah.
that where he also hooked
So,
up
but
with
it was-
Evelyn?
Probably, yeah. It meant nothing. It was just, we both wasted, and it was just a few kisses. Like, it's not like we didn't go home together, sleep together, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Didn't continue talking after. It was absolutely nothing. It meant nothing. It was drunken kisses. But I was like,
Wow.
if he's so worried that he's going out denying it, so I was like, maybe
Yeah.
I'll just, it just didn't mean anything. Didn't happen. That's all right.
So how did it happen? Did you randomly just bump into each other, or was it an event?
This was planned.
Yeah.
So, so it was before MAFS aired. So,
Okay.
so Ali gave me the Instagram of a few people that were in like on MAFS.
Okay, this is
and I
Ali Daha from Daily Mail.
think, yeah.
Yep.
Ali from
Ali.
Daily Mail.
Bloody
so he was
Ali.
like, "Oh, those are the people from New MAFS and stuff." And I think we reached out. Like, I can't remember if he reached out or I reached out, just saying, "Hi, New MAFS. If you need anything, like, I think I messaged a few people. I think I was in contact with a few of them, and mostly the ones that Ali thought would come out as villains, because I was a villain, just to offer some support. So I was in
Wow.
contact with Adam, with Dan, just with a few people. And so I messaged, was like, "Oh, hey, if you need anything, I'm here for you, whatever." We were talking a little bit. And that day I was out, so he was out as well. And he messaged me, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm at this day club." And then he was like, "Okay, I'm coming." He was already drunk because he was out at a Bucks party, I think, or
Yeah.
something.
So you were already at the gay club?
I was already there, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so
Wow.
that's how
Wow,
it
we
happened.
we weren't expecting that's dicey to get this
I
juicy.
know, a bit of confession here.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally going to take this to the grave, but
Here we are.
it's nothing. Like, you know,
it's just
like
a little
big
kiss,
deal.
right?
We were single, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, all right, good. Let's get rolling.
Roll
We got
the
some more
dice
questions.
again.
What a way to start it, girl.
yeah. 7.
Ooh, okay. So if you were to do reality TV again,
Yeah.
which show would it be?
Oh, I would do Celebs Go Dating. I'd love to do that one.
like Jessica Powell.
Yeah. I would
Yep.
do MAFS again, actually.
Would you really?
I would.
What would you do different this time?
Good question.
I think I would try to play the game I like a little bit better, and
Sorry, a bit better than last time.
yeah, I like actually a lot better.
She played, man. She
I
played.
would definitely play the game. I would hope if I went for a second time, they would give me someone, that there was a chance of,
6 foot.
Yeah.
6
But
foot.
'cause
Six
I don't think,
figures.
I don't think they would put me again ever. But even if they did, they wouldn't put me with someone that I wouldn't like again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but so I don't know what I would do different. Probably play the game if I hoping I would like the guy, and then I
Yeah.
would probably pursue it. But if I didn't like the guy, I would pretend. I would be strategic. I would not be real.
Really?
Yeah.
About time we had someone that actually told the truth. Everybody
Yeah,
else giving
I
us politically
reckon.
correct answers. Because that's what I
No.
do too.
Would
I'm
you?
telling you right now.
Yeah.
No.
I would play the game.
Would you steal someone else's husband if you liked him?
No, like, look, I'm a very girls girl.
Yeah.
So that's like a very big thing for me. And I had a conversation with Jess. Jess is the girl that was matched with Daniel,
yeah.
off cameras before.
Yeah.
That didn't show. Was off cameras anyway at the back before we filmed I
Wow.
think the party or something, because she was an intruder as well.
Yes.
So we were put together, myself, Jess and Kay, because we're the three intruders
Yeah.
in this room, and I had a conversation with her, and I didn't tell her that I was interested in Daniel or anything, but I kind of trying to suss out, and she was like, nah, I'm out this week. There's no way I can pursue this.
Yeah.
So I knew she wasn't interested. I wasn't going to step on her toes or on any girl's toes, and I could tell she was genuine because it's exactly the way that I was feeling towards Dion, towards the person I was matched with.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't stepping on her toes. So I would never steal another girl's husband unless they walked off the show like Jess did.
Yeah.
Then I probably would, because I don't live a life of
Yeah.
what ifs. I go
Can't
for
waste
it.
good meat.
No
Yeah.
regrets.
I go
Let's
for
go.
it.
No regrets.
No
Yeah.
regrets.
Okay, next question. Roll the dice.
12.
La la. So, what was the last date you went on? Actually, who and where? Actually, is a better question.
Well, it's not
Did you go on last date with?
okay. Last date. Oh, that is hard. Just a date or the last person I was seeing?
What about who
Let's
you
go-
were
who you were-
into?
Okay, so who I was into, I was
Yeah.
seeing this guy that lives in my building. So
Oh my god.
yeah, only
I love
lasted a
the
few
story.
weeks. Yeah, only lasted a few weeks. We were really vibing. At least I thought we were. We were really vibing, and I thought it was so it's great. You live, in the building. You just can hang out. Don't need to plan ahead. You can just be like, oh hey, I'm going to walk the dog. Wanna
Yeah,
come
you wanna come?
The
come
boy next
with?
door,
Or
yeah,
I'm
for
getting
real.
a
Love
coffee. Wanna
that.
go to the gym? Wanna come with? But it didn't really happen like that. It turned out that he was just using me to look after his dog.
Stop it. No.
I know.
Like
Can
a
you
dog
believe it?
walker, dog sitter.
Yeah.
Stop
Literally.
it.
Yeah. But I actually loved his dog. So it was
So
so
it turned out well.
it was so hard to say no to cut it out, because when I noticed, I was like, okay, he's not really interested. He's just trying to use me to look after his dog. So I was like, how do I cut this out without because I wanted to see the dog. Like I literally,
Yeah.
I was messaging my friend. I was like, should I just, when he's at work, just sneak into his house,
Yeah.
go get the dog out away and put it back? He won't know, because I actually literally I love his dog. I kind of got attached to the dog, and the dog was getting attached to me as well.
Yeah, man.
He loves me, but yeah,
What kind of
Oh,
dog
well.
is it?
it's a poem.
Oh,
So-
same
Yeah,
as
and Lola,
yours.
yeah,
Lola would have
so
liked it.
Lola
Oh my
gets along
God.
with his dog really well. I know,
That's
and
sweet.
he's so cute. I actually bumped into him yesterday. It was so awkward. The dog ran to me
Really?
and was like, because
Yeah.
like
Dogs recognize you. Yeah. They're
yeah,
like, I
and
know
he
you.
barely said hi, and I'm like, rude. I
Chill out,
looked
bro.
up to your dog, he would message me just like, your son is missing you or something. Are you neglecting your son again about the dog?
Yeah.
Are you neglecting your son again? And I'm like, not even, wouldn't even send me a hello, how's your day? How you going? Or good morning. It's just straight about the dog. And I'm like, okay, you're definitely using me to look after your dog. I need to cut
Did
it
y'all
out.
get intimate at all with this
We
guy?
did.
Oh,
So this
okay.
boy, man.
He was all right.
So we ain't even putting him up there.
Yeah,
Nah, don't worry about him.
No.
The dog makes up for it.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could take the dog now, at least. But can't do that because, can't use me.
Yeah,
but I do
true.
miss the dog.
Aww, cute.
I miss both dogs.
Yeah.
The actual dog and the dog.
Fuck him, get the dog. Yeah. Let's go.
So
We got another
funny.
question.
Next question.
Okay.
I meant to do it, Matt.
5.
What's the funniest headline you've read about yourself?
Funny. I don't think nothing funny has been written about me. Probably just.
Or like just the weirdest headline you ever read about yourself?
That's a good one, hey.
It is.
I'm trying to think too.
I'm trying to think. Do you even know about you guys? Do you know your one?
Yeah, I keep saying it on the show. I'm like, people thought I just don't date black women.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Mine's that I'm a racist, so
You're a racist.
apparently.
Are you?
Apparently.
Maybe the hinge one.
I thought that was too.
That would be probably the funny one because I find it funny because there's nothing wrong with having taste. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I don't know.
Oh, you know what one? Your Fashion Week one as well.
Oh, that one was funny. Oh, that wasn't
Just
funny.
explain to everyone what happened there.
Not funny at all. I can't even remember. I think I've reached out to a few designers asking for invitation, free tickets. Why not? You know.
And then what did they say?
And I think this this particular designer just was a bit rude. And what did they say? I can't even remember this.
You asked for tickets to go watch their show at
like,
Fashion
you don't
Week.
even follow me.
Yeah.
They sound like you don't follow me, and I'm like, okay, I follow 300 people. I'm trying to detox from Instagram, and I spend my whole life scrolling, so I'm only following people that are actually close to me.
Yeah.
So, but I do go and search and like check them out every now and then. Maybe the funniest one would have probably been around OnlyFans because I used to like poke a little bit and say things like OnlyGram or
Yeah. Link in my bio.
link in my bio when I post a bikini photo. I'll just jokes like that.
Thank you so much for listening to Back to Reality this year. We really appreciate and we're so grateful for you guys.
Even though 2023 was a blast, we're going to have a better time in 2024, man. I'm telling you.
It's going to be major.
Hey, new season of MAFS is going to be out. A whole lot of TV and a whole lot of Back to Reality.
Yep. Can't wait.